Welcome back, my name is Carrie, and today I'm taking you inside this stunning prefab home. This week I made my way over to the home of Rumbler's Grill to have a look at a prefab home that caught my attention in an Instagram post. Not only did I get to spend the morning in a new home, but it also gave me a chance to visit my old stomping grounds and reminisce about my days as an average player on the most mediocre team in the history of sports. I've got the blue 5th place ribbon on display in my trophy case to prove it. Just kidding. I don't have any trophies. Athletics aside, after a bit of back and forth, I was able to get a behind-the-scenes look at a company that has a long history in the prefab space and learn more about what they're doing. The company I'm talking about is Chaparral Industries and their well-appointed best-selling Bellflower. What I'm going to do is tell you about the company, take a look inside their factory, and give you a full-on tour of the home. Believe it or not, Chaparral has been in the game since the 1970s, meaning they've been building modulars for half a century. They're currently building out of a 40,000 square foot facility on the north end of Kelowna, BC, and it was interesting to have a look at some of the projects they've got going on. Walking through their factory, not only did they have a lot on the go, but in a wide variety of shapes, sizes, and purposes. One of the buildings that was nearing completion on the factory floor was a ski school that will be sent out to a nearby resort. It looked to me like it'd be heading out before this season. The fact that they're building a ski school tells me right away that Chaparral is willing and able to do custom projects in both residential and commercial, which is nice to know. It seems like lately a lot of companies have been limiting customization in favor of efficiency, but people want it. Simple as that. Their website says we're proud to be small enough to know our customers' names and yet have the experience, equipment, and flexibility to custom design and build the kind of modular homes Canada trusts for their superior construction, nearly endless design possibilities, and the friendly people who bring wish lists to life along the way. Hear that? Nearly endless design possibilities. That's what we like to hear. In their standard models, they've got a line of homes ranging in size up to almost 2,000 square feet. And one of the things that sets them apart is they go direct to consumer, which they say gives the customer a more hands-on experience when designing their new home. Right now, they're estimating a turnaround time of about 4 to 6 months from the time a home is ordered, which seems to be the norm in the industry. I asked what is currently their most popular floor plan. We're in luck, folks. It's the one we're looking at today. Let's check it out. The Bellflower is a 1,604 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom plus den, 2-section modular with a covered porch on the front. One of the things I noticed when I was at Chaparral was a lot of their structures were finished with steel. They also do board and bat as well as lap siding for those after a more traditional look. I asked about it to see if that's the majority of what they do, and it just happened to be what was in the factory now. In fact, they offer 3 different roof options that completely change the look of the exterior to achieve whatever look a buyer might be trying to get. The home shown had a flat roof with black steel siding, giving it a contemporary look that I think would be a nice contrast when located on a property with trees and some landscaping. Here's what they had going on inside. This is the Chaparral Bellflower, and as far as I know, I've got access to this thing all day to do whatever it is that I see fit. To start, I thought maybe I walk around, I point out a few of the upgrades, talk about some of the stuff that I like, and then I might shoot some B-roll to give you an idea for scale. The home is 1,604 square feet. I am 6'2". It's after the weekend, so probably 190, 195 pounds, give or take. Probably give, and we'll just see what this thing's got to offer. First things first, shout out to whoever staged this thing, because not only does it look good, but this couch is unbelievable. Couple things going on here in the living room that I need to point out that I think look great. First, they've got the electric fireplace below the TV, which is just a nice way to add a bit of ambiance. And then if you look behind me over my head, they've got this black accent wall. Now this is typically a logical place for another window, but I think it looks cool. And if you're anything like me and like to get horizontal in your living room, then it kind of works out. Nobody needs to be looking in when I'm laying here at night emptying a bag of Ruffles, all right? It's just not pretty. Next, they've got 10 feet of glass off the end of the home. So a normal slider would have been fine, but they've got window panels on either side of the door, which just adds to the overall look and lets in a little bit more natural light. The big important upgrade in the kitchen, quartz backsplash. Not something you see every day, but gonna turn a few heads. Honorable mention goes to this island just based on the size. Look at this thing. We've got storage on this side, sink in the middle, and dishwasher down here. Then on the far side, I believe there's seating for 4, so more than enough space for all my closest acquaintances. Maybe I bring in Rumbler's Grill, we have some burgers, and everyone can sit here comfortably. This right here, this is the hall. I don't talk about halls much because what do you say? But there's something about this hall. It just feels more open than normal. I don't know if it's the width. I don't know if it's the wide entry on this side. But usually halls can feel claustrophobic. It isn't the case at all with this one. So I felt like it had to be mentioned because as far as halls go, this one's feeling well. A simple change that has big impact in this den is adding the glass beside the door. So this isn't a huge space, but it feels a little more wide open because of the glass. And if you know you're going to be using it as an office and you're not going to be changing in here, then I think it really adds to the space. Another shout out to whoever staged this place because this bedroom just feels super homey. It's an air mattress. It's an air mattress. Wasn't expecting to sink quite that far into the bed, but I do really like this bedroom. You've got the natural light coming in over the bed, ceiling fan, another window over here, and I just think it all works really well. There's lots of room to move around. Let's check out the shower. For anyone new to the channel, I'm a noted bathroom guy. I spend a bit of time in here, and this one's ticking the boxes for me. So we've got the overhead shower. We've got this little thing that comes off for the tricky spots. And then we've got double sinks over there, which is great. We've got storage in the corner. And of course, behind the camera, which you can't see, there's a toilet, which is a very necessary piece to this puzzle. At this point in my life, I'm not growing anymore. But even if I was, I wouldn't have to worry about it because the interior doors are 8 feet high and the ceilings are 9. It's kind of cool. The way they have this home set up, the main door enters into a landing about halfway down the home with the coat closet right by the front door where it should be. To the left is the main living space of the home, a wide open kitchen, living room, and dining room with multiple access points to the covered porch. The kitchen has a large island that would be perfect for entertaining, along with more cabinet space than I would personally know what to do with. Beyond the kitchen is the dining room. They've got 2 windows on the end of the home with room for a hutch or a little table to put pizza boxes between the 2. And then the sliding glass door heads out onto the covered patio. The kitchen is open to the living room, so if you like to host box socials or just want easy access to the leftovers you said you were going to save for lunch, this plan is well suited to do that. As I mentioned, I do really like the look of the black accent wall in the corner. I think it gives the interior just a hint of the bold that we saw on the exterior. To me, it ties it all together. I also like how they staged this home with a big old sectional. It's open, but the spaces are clearly defined. I'd likely run the same program. Heading back toward the other end of the home, the first door on the left across from the entrance has the main bathroom that has a tub, shower unit, vanity, and of course toilet. Beyond that, they've got the laundry room, which has built-in cabinets, a sink, and the utility room. I like this because I've been known to throw my Ginch in the dryer on a cold winter's day before I get in the shower so they're warm when I come out. It's a perfect setup for that. The next space heading toward the bedroom is the den on the right, which is currently set up as an office, and a nice one at that. The second last door at the end of the hall is the main bedroom, and directly straight on into the space, they've got the ensuite complete with a tile shower, dual sinks, a ton of storage, and a toilet. The bedroom seemed big, even though they've got an air mattress in there now. It was a full-size frame, and there was more than enough space. It didn't feel cramped at all, not even a little bit. In fact, it was quite the opposite. For those wondering, yes, this home does have a walk-in closet. It's conveniently located beside the ensuite, which is great for access when getting out of the shower and looking for fresh Ginch, but not as close to the warmer. Can't win them all, I guess. In a pinch, I will just put them on the vent. It's not as good, but it works. The second bedroom is at the end of the hall and is currently in use as a place to showcase some of the decor options available. At 1,604 square feet, the home felt very comfortable, and at no point at any part of the plan did I feel cramped even a little bit. I'm guessing it's possible to convert the den into a third bedroom for those looking for a family home. It's a very well thought out plan. First impression of the Bellflower was quite positive. I could definitely see myself living in a place like this. It's got everything I would really need. It's got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a huge living space, a nice kitchen. It's got an office, and all in all, the whole place just feels spacious. The added touch that takes it to another level is the decor. Whoever picked the colors for this place at least needs a ribbon or like an attaboy or something, because it just works really well and I like it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Bellflower from Chaparral because I enjoyed making it. And thanks to those folks for letting us come in, looking around, and kind of picking this place apart. Before I wrap this thing up, I am going to get into their pricing, but keep in mind prices can and usually do change, but will be accurate at the time of posting this video. In their larger models, they're running a base of around $275 per square foot, which includes setup. Chaparral Industries is a company building residential and commercial structures with the ability to customize. They've got a line of standard plans up to almost 2,000 square feet with custom options for those looking to go bigger. They'll run a flat, sloped, or peaked roof on any of their models, which can drastically change the look and feel of the exterior depending on what potential buyers are looking for. I was impressed with the interior of the Bellflower, and I'm interested to check out a few of their smaller units, so I'll be following along with what they're up to and posting updates right here on my YouTube channel. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I've got new ones coming out every single week. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.